Hello everybody, it's Candy. So I am coming to you today with an Instagram question and answer. So here I go. Sorry, I'm looking it up on, and that's my little puppy dog, if you didn't see how cute she is. Anyways, okay, so last night I went on my Instagram and I asked my followers to ask me anything, literally anything. If they had any vegan questions, if they had anything that they want to know, I don't care. I'll answer your questions. So I got one reply, and it's from Kazakens, and I hope I pronounced that right. She's really super sweet. And this is her question. Hey, vegan candy girl, love watching your vids. Thank you so much. Just wondering if you work or study outside the home, and if you do, how do you make this lifestyle convenient? So I thought that was a pretty perfect question, because before I came up to Canada to visit, I was working in LA, but I lived closer to San Diego, so like right outside of San Diego County. So it's about a 2.5 hour drive there, maybe a 3-hour drive home. Either way, I was on the road about 5 to 6 hours a day. So I had been working there for the last year when I lived in Huntington Beach, and then I ended up moving back to where I was living. And so I wasn't doing the vegan thing until after I'd already moved back. So it was in March, and I'd been working at the place maybe a month or two since I'd moved. And so I was a little nervous, because my biggest fear was failing. And so I just started thinking about it. I said, okay, so what's the easiest thing for me to do? So number one, I would bring dried figs with me. I usually never ate them. I'm not really, they're good. I like dried figs. I'm just not really into them, I guess. I'm still kind of a picky eater, but I'll eat them if I have to. So I would bring those would be in my purse. And then what I would also do is, and also this is when I was drinking coffee, so the night before, what I would do is I would make a smoothie, a big one, and I would divide it into 3 different drinking containers. One was a little bit bigger than the other, and it was like the thermal kind, so it would keep it cold longer. And then the other 2 were just in, the travel mugs that people use with the little straw and, and all that. So, some of it would go into the bigger one, and then usually it was like 2 into the smaller ones. So I would have 3 total, plus my coffee. So I think the hardest part of that was actually getting it to my car at, 5 o'clock in the morning, because it was dark. So I would have all of this stuff in my arms, and my coffee, and my bag. So that was probably the most difficult part of it. But so I had a strategy, and what I was going to do is have my coffee and one of the smoothies on the ride to work. How it usually ended up going is I would start going into the thermalized one, because the other 2 would be gone. And that's just how it is. And it was really funny too, because I put a lot of water in my smoothie, so by the time I got to work, I had to go to the bathroom really bad. So, but it still worked out for me. I only worked in LA about maybe 3 days a week or so, and I worked at 2 different locations because it's a catering company. So when I would work in the office, it would be a lot easier, because then I'm just sitting at my desk, and I'm drinking my smoothies, and everything's fine. And I usually left on time. But I only worked about 6 hours or so. So, again, it's a catering company, but then they also have a cafeteria. And the cafeteria was a little bit worse. Number one, because of all the food that was there. And they have amazing food. Our chefs are amazing. So that was really difficult, because you smell the food, and you can't eat it because even the soups, because they're made with like chicken stock. So I would have to be extra vigilant to make sure that I think it was, oh yeah, sorry, I'm thinking about this as I'm talking, I don't plan. I think that actually the first day that I worked at the cafeteria after being vegan was chicken day. And their chicken day is like, angels shining down on you and all that. Their chicken is amazing. So I think that was kind of the hardest day. And it's not that I wanted to eat chicken, it's that it smelled delicious. That's the bottom line. So, but working at the cafeteria was a little bit more difficult because I was running around all day. So, I would have a couple minutes in the office. So I would leave my smoothie in there, I would take a few sips, and I'd go back out. So, but when you're working at a cash register or whatever, it's very difficult to leave your post and, go drink your smoothie. So usually I still had more of my smoothie left when I worked at the cafeteria. But pretty much, all I could say is bring snacks with you. I don't know what kind of work you do, anybody. But the best thing I can say is you can store bananas in your car. Bananas are not gonna, go bad too fast. Don't bring your whole box though unless they're not ripe already, but I'd say maybe bring 5 to 8 bananas with you, leave them in your car. Take dried fruit with you. Fruit juice is amazing. I love fruit juice. And actually this is a perfect transition because I'm actually going back down to Southern California on Saturday morning, which is in 2 days, and I'm really excited. I miss my home. It's been really cold in Canada. I'm staying in somebody's basement, so it's about 10 to 20 degrees colder down here than it is upstairs. But it has been raining too, but I mean, there's been warm days and stuff, but only when I'm up there. And again, this is somebody else's house, so we're not really hanging out upstairs very much. So, but I'm excited about going home. That's the bottom line. And so regarding the fruit juices, I have a plan. So I have to do what works best for me, and what I think I can handle. So number one, there really isn't a lot of ripe bananas up here. I've been looking the whole month that I've been here, and the only place that I saw super ripe bananas was at their huge, gigantic mall. And it was at the Asian market. When I went back the other day to go get some more, they didn't have any. So number one, I'm not having any smoothies for the rest of the week, which is fine because I've been super cold. I don't really want anything cold. So, and maybe my whole Canadian experience will help other people too, because before I got here, I was raw till 4. And I can't be raw till 4 here. I have to come to that conclusion, especially because I'm on a budget. I tried to buy a box of bananas, but my boyfriend wouldn't let me because he didn't think that I was going to eat them all. And he might have been right, because I was just so cold. Most days I didn't even want a smoothie anyways. So maybe this will help other people too that are going on a vacation for an extended amount of time. My whole thing is as long as you stay vegan, that's all that matters. For me, I want to stay high carb, low fat. Some days it's not that easy. Some days it's easier than others. But when you're going out, when you're having convenience food and stuff like that, you might get 11 or 12% fat. And honestly, that's okay. Especially because before I came on this lifestyle, I was probably closer to 25-30% fat every day. Or more. I had a very high fat diet before, and it shows because I just kept gaining weight and gaining weight and gaining weight, even though I thought I was doing the right things. A lot of the stuff that I was eating wasn't right, looking back on it now. But anyway, sorry, I'm going off on a tangent here, and I do that all the time. But so pretty much, whether or not you're going on vacation, or you're going on a trip, or whatever, or you're going to work, you have to do what works best for you. If oatmeal is going to work best for you when you go to work, bring oatmeal. You don't want to get caught in that trap of oh, well, I don't have any food, so I'm just going to go ahead and have the beef burritos or whatever it is that, you know, so-and-so brought into work for everybody today. You don't want to get caught in that trap. You don't want to feel like you're being pushed into eating animal products, because only you can make you eat animal products. Does that make sense? You really can't blame other people for the things that you do. And I see it a lot too, where people say, oh, I accidentally ate chicken. How do you accidentally eat chicken? No, you're saying accidentally so that you don't feel guilty about eating fucking chicken. So, bottom line is, do what works best for you. Like this morning, I'm going to have oatmeal and frozen blueberries. That's what I'm going to have. The oatmeal is low sodium. It's high carb. It might have a little bit more protein than what I want, but I have to do what works best for me. If having a smoothie every day, all day long works best for you, if having salad every day, all day long works best for you, make sure you get the carbs in. And if that works for you, awesome, amazing. But do what works best for you. Do not stress out about this. I could have very easily stressed out about this. I feel no guilt. I feel no stress at all. I see people stressing out so much over the little minuscule things. Like a girl yesterday, she made a comment on Durian Rider's video saying, oh, I'm so confused because Dr. McDougall says one thing and Freely and Durian Rider say another thing. Oh my God, what do I do? I replied back to her. I said, don't stress out about it. Oh, I might as well tell you what the question was. She said that she's so confused because Dr. McDougall says to eat brown rice and wheat flour and not white rice and white flour, and he didn't explain why. So very easily, guess what I did? I went on Google and I put in McDougall, I put in McDougall white rice. That's it. The first thing that popped up was a video, him saying, you know what, if all you can get your freaking hands on is white rice, then do it. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to kill you. So I posted that onto the link, so hopefully that helps this person. That's really what I want to do here. So if you have any questions, concerns, inquiries, anything, please leave your comments down below. Please let me know if you have any other questions, and I really hope this video helped at least one person. And even though I just ramble on and on and on, but thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.